The OutputCache attribute supports a number of different settings, and if you are at all familiar with ASP.NET caching and the OutputCache directive from web forms, then all these settings will look familiar. Basically, the attribute just exposes settings available from the underlying ASP.NET cache engine, and it's the same engine that web forms will use. So first of all, there's VaryByParameter, which we've seen already. I can set VaryByParam none to cache content regardless of what parameters are in the request, or specify the name of a parameter like Q to VaryBy. The parameter names will be the names of query string parameters or posted form values, and if you have multiple parameters, you can separate the names with semicolons, like Q, semicolon, date, semicolon, rating. Or you can use VaryByStar, the asterisk, to let ASP.NET keep a cache copy for each unique combination of parameters. You can also set the cache location. The default value here is anywhere, meaning it will cache on the server, and the client can also cache the result. You can be very specific and say that the result should only be cached on the server, or on the client, or on proxy servers in between. The VaryByHeader setting allows you to vary the cache based on a semicolon delimited list of HTTP headers, like accept language, and use VaryByCustom if any of the above settings don't work, because you can essentially write a static method for ASP.NET to invoke, and inside the method you can determine the key value for ASP.NET to use in storing and retrieving a cache response. There are examples on MSDN to show you how to use this setting, and you'll also find examples on how to set up a SQL dependency. SQL dependency caching allows you to store a cached result until something in a SQL Server database changes. We won't go into this scenario during this module, but all these settings work the same in ASP.NET MVC as they do in ASP.NET. You won't have any trouble finding examples. The only difference with ASP.NET MVC is how the output cache is configured, and we've seen how an action filter applies this caching when you're using the MVC framework.